Would you like to read us something from your book, Threading a Prayer?
Yes, let me do that. Thank you. So I'm excited. Since we were talking about identity, and I had talked earlier about American Muslim identity, where your expression becomes very American, but your values stay very much Islamic. So that was one thing. But then there is also the cultural shift in how you live your life and how you become Americanized, and it kind of crept on me. I didn't do it deliberately. It just evolved. So I'll just share a piece from my book called The Americanization of Yours Truly. Would you like something to drink? This is not a prop.
Could have been.
Here is how it goes in Pakistan. You go visiting. It could be anybody, family, friend, stranger. You are immediately served a drink, juice or soda. The host never asks you if you would like a drink. It is a given that you will be served a drink. A little later, the help will wheel the trolley in and you are served tea, mithai or cake and some kebabs, samosas or fruit chaat. Again, the host didn't ask you if you wanted some. Have some cake, the host says. No, thank you, you say. You have to say no, thank you, or you will appear to be greedy. Oh, please do have some, the host insists. No, I'm really fine. I insist, please have some. Oh, well, okay, if you insist. Then and only then will you take a small piece or helping. Please have some more, the host says. Take another kebab. No, one is fine. Oh, just one more, and she puts it in your plate. Once you're done eating, she insists that you have seconds, and the back and forth starts all over again. Here is what happened in New York in 1971. This is when I first came.
I remember this from the book. Such a funny passage.
I pay my first visit to an American friend. Would you like something to drink? The host asked. No, thank you. Okay, said the host. And that was that. I had not eaten all afternoon thinking, I'm going visiting. Surely she'll be serving me tea and drinks and snacks. And I don't want to end up overeating. I was also thirsty. Now what? I couldn't backtrack. What's done is done. She had asked me an honest question and I had given her a not so honest but Pakistani culturally appropriate answer, and I got what I asked for. I stayed hungry and thirsty, feeling rather stupid. Did I learn fast? Here is what happened in New York in 2015. Some friends from Pakistan were in town and we met over coffee at a cafe. Later, we walked over to my apartment and I asked them, would you like something to drink? No, thank you, they said. Okay. Later, I realized what I had done and I said, oh my God. Yeah, it had crept up on me and I lost track of the Pakistani.
Love this passage. This is
hospitality.
Such an integral part of our culture, right? Have some more.
Hospitality. Hospitality. Yeah.
And there are some households where they even put food in your plate if you're not taking it yourself. So
yeah, that's what I said, take another.
Loved it. So Sabeeha, the written word has its power, regardless of whatever else we may be doing, vlogging, etc. We'd like you also said that if you want to be a writer, you have to be a reader. So we'd like to get some book recommendations from you. Current ones and all-time favorites, if you'd like to recommend some to our viewers.
So for all-time favorites, I love Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte.
Okay.
I've read it many times. This is a worn-out version, but The Godfather, I've read
Oh,
several times by Maria Puzo.
really?
Really.
Okay.
Yes. And a love story, The
Of
Thornbirds.
course. Of
Of
course.
course, by Pauline McCullough. Again, read it many times.
But this
In
also
the,
has the church as a very central presence in it, the Thornbirds.
yes, it does. It does. Yeah. So, in the current books that I have read, for my Pakistani readers, I would highly recommend Demystifying Sharia. And it
Okay.
is by Sumbul Ali Karamali. It is available in Kindle. Please get it and read it. It is an amazing book. And
Mhm.
Sumbul writes like a conversationalist. She's funny. She has a light touch and a deep thought. And she's a scholar. So it's very well researched, and it does exactly what the title says. It demystifies it.
Nice.
So that is one. A little on the heavier side, The Islamic Jesus by Mustafa Akyol. It is exactly what the title suggests it is. It is Jesus in Islam. And I would recommend all his books. He's a prolific writer. He's of Turkish descent, works for the Cato Institute in Washington, D.C., writes for the New York Times. Any and every book of his is worth reading. And so is Sumbul's. And
Sabeeha, there's a similar one by Ali Aslan also, no? Raza Aslan.
Raza Aslan wrote No God But God, and he also wrote Jesus,
Jesus.
a Zealot, the Zealot.
Wasn't it a prophet of Islam? Jesus is a prophet of Islam?
Has he? He may have.
And there was a lot of controversy on why he, as a Muslim, is writing about
that
Jesus.
was the Zealot. That was the Zealot.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that was about Jesus, the Zealot, and there was a controversy, and he set them right. He set them straight. If you look at that video clip, he is a teacher of comparative religion. He teaches that. He is very qualified to write about that. Yeah.
Exactly.
But that is about the historical Jesus. This is about Jesus's place in Islam, and it's an eye opener. It's a beautiful book. And then for another book that I would recommend is The Midnight Library. I don't have it with me. It's by Matt Haig, Haig, and it is about what if you had made a different choice in your life, what would your life have been like? And it takes you through many different choices that woman made in her life, and had she decided to make a decision the other way, how would it have been in this case, in that case, in many cases?
So multiple endings.
Multiple endings. Yeah, it's very, very, it's light reading, but it's very thought provocative. And then if I could recommend another one, it's The Island of Sea Women. Sea as in Samundar. Sea Women, by Lisa See, S-E-E. And this is based in Korea, and it is about women who were the breadwinners, who were the matriarchs, who ran the show, and their vocation was diving to retrieve whatever they needed to sustain themselves from the sea. And it's a beautiful book. Let's see, what else?
Interesting.
Yeah. The Dearly Beloved I read recently. The Dearly Beloved, like in When You Marry Someone, by Cara, C-A-R-A, Wall, W-A-L-L. That is about two priests in a church. One is an activist, one is a theologist, the conflict, and how the congregation that supports the church weighs in, and the politics around it. It's very, very nice. Revealing also. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much, Sabeeha. This was such a fun conversation, and I'm sure the viewers are also going to enjoy it. And if there is an interest, we're definitely going to come knocking at your door again for a longer talk on the writing craft. So
I'd like that very much. I've enjoyed the conversation. Thank you for your very probing and thoughtful questions.
Thank you so much for your time. Sabeeha, we know how busy you are promoting your new book. And for the recommendations, I haven't read any of the new ones that you have mentioned. So I'm going to look those up for sure.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye.